Today I'm doing a step-by-step beginner Brazilian. Keep watching. I'm Bree Mesquit, licensed esthetician, educator, wax brand owner, and wax studio owner. If you want to see waxing demos full body, head to toe, everything you need, including Brazilian, head to my free 6-week course, but keep watching so that you guys can master these beginner Brazilian patterns. The difference between a beginner and advanced is going to be we're laying 2 strips at a time rather than 3. First, we are starting with our bikini line. Now I'm gonna go quickly because I just want to show you guys the patterns in this. Head to my free 6-week course if you want to learn everything you need to know about how to properly lay a strip, body positioning, all of that. I go into detail. Right, now we're gonna do our other bikini line. Now if speed is your goal, you want to make sure you're always laying or removing a strip. We're never standing around. Next step is to remove. If you have any questions about this model, head to the description. I have a link. It's called Sayge. You can check out. Oh my God. I'm moving too slow. This is actually a really great example of what happens when you move slow and you're not removing the strips in proper timing. So it's actually a really cool thing about this mannequin is that it's going to act pretty similar to how it is when you're waxing a client. It's a little bit chilly in here, so their skin is pretty cold, so it's going to make your strips set a little bit quicker, so you want to move quickly. Just a little side note if you guys run into that. Okay, next we are, ignore all this. Next we are moving on to labia. Beginners, we are separating the labia into 2 strips instead of just 1. So we're gonna do outer and inner. So pretend that you can envision the anatomy here. So we're gonna start with the outer labia. Now, if you are running into this where your strips are breaking, you can adjust to just laying 1 strip and removing it. You'll still follow the same patterns. You're just not going to be laying 2 strips at a time. If you have any residue left behind, you can use that stick to pick it up. All right, I'm gonna move a little bit quicker, get that second outer labia. We're using painter tool method. Again, if you're not quite sure what that is, there are 6 different strips that you need to know. Head to my free course and you can learn all of those. All right, get a grip. Remove all the way through and remove. Now we're moving on to inner labia and an upper bikini line. So keep in mind too, this is a mannequin. Obviously it's not going to be, it's very similar, but it's not going to be the same as practicing on a real person. So the wax of course is going to act and behave a little bit differently, but it's still such a great way to get some sets and reps in and really build some confidence before you take a actual live human client. All right, we cannot do inner labia both at the same time because they would get stuck together. So we're doing inner labia and then upper bikini line. Okay, remove. Remember, I am not teaching you guys necessarily proper technique right now. I'm showing you the beginner Brazilian patterns that we use. And remove. All right, so same thing. With patterns, it's really important to keep in mind what you do to one side, you do to the other. Also, I did not mention that I switched over to our gel-based formula. It's a little bit tackier, which I feel like is helping a little bit with using on this mannequin here. All right, so opposite side, same thing, inner labia, and then you could probably guess upper bikini line. Now, if you ever get stuck, you can always use your previous strip to help get a grip on that next strip and make it removal super easy. If this mannequin had hair, now we're just left with this hair right on the mound in the center here. For a beginner, we're gonna break it up into 4 separate strips. So first we're going to do our outer, I just call them wings. I haven't come up with a better name for this. So it's kind of like a little inner bikini line here. We're gonna do this one. And you're laying just to the top of the labia. And we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Every strip needs to also overlap with where the previous strip was or the next strip is going to be, so that you never are leaving behind any random strips of hair, making the cleanup and process a lot longer for you and increasing the service time. So if speed is your goal, little things like this is going to really help to build good habits. So as you get more comfortable with your technique, you'll get faster and faster, and you don't have to go back and break bad habits. Right now we would just have the hair left right here in the center. So I'm gonna do one single strip. We cannot do both at the same time. They would obviously get stuck together. So just pick a side and you're gonna go straight down. Now, while this one is setting, it's a good time to be able to do any bikini line cleanup strips that are needed. I'm going to skip that. I just want to show you guys the patterns. But for example, I could be working on this side doing a backwards bikini cleanup. All right, same thing, other side, going straight down. The two types of strips you're using on Brazilian are small, basic, and painter tool. So again, go check out that 6-week course if you're unsure what I'm talking about. You need to know those strips 100% in order to complete a Brazilian wax. All right, remove. Perfect. All right, now you would just move on to any cleanup strips as needed. The most common cleanup strips I do are backwards bikini line if needed, backwards labia almost every single time, and then also straight across the top to clean up any missed hairs there. You would also do booty strip. I cannot demo this on this mannequin, but include that in your patterns as well. Knees back towards the chest, do one side at a time, and you are done. So how many strips did it take to do the initial strips at least? For a beginner Brazilian, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then 13, 14 for booty strip. If you want to see Rebel Wax, which is what I was using today in action on a real client, go ahead and check out this underarm video. I'll see you guys over there.